business trip.
Did the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit. What's going on, everybody? I am Matt with the DPI podcast. Over on the other screen is Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, and it is top 3 time. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here, Peter and I are going to take a random category. We are going to have 20 seconds to come up with our favorite 3 or our least favorite 3, and then we're going to fight about them and discuss them and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, we're going to throw hands and everything. So I'm going to pick out a random category out of our bag of chips here. And we are going to do number 7, maybe? Ooh, nope. Okay.
Told you have so much crap going on in the background. That camera doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, it just doesn't like to focus.
Oh, look at that. It worked right away. Ah!
Number 7. Number 7 is going to be... We'll have some fun with this one. Our top 3 favorite Disney animal sidekicks. Good luck.
Thinking about taking a trip to Disneyland, Disney World, maybe a Disney cruise, or one of the other amazing Disney destinations? Contact me at Princess of the Mouse, and I'd love to work with you on your itinerary to the most magical places in the world.
You can contact Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel. This is an interesting one.
This is very good.
Disney animal sidekicks. I would say supporting characters.
So, supporting characters.
All right, I'll let you go ahead and have number 3. I've got a bunch, so there's a lot of good ones here. So
there are tons. That's why I don't necessarily want to go first. All right, all right. I will go first, and I am actually going to go with kind of a deep dive, but I don't know, maybe it explains how deep my love of Disney goes. So for my number 3 most notable sidekick animals, I am going to go with Archimedes, Merlin's owl from Sword in the Stone.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Archimedes, like, he provides the comic relief of that movie. In so many of the things that he does, like, that movie is just made. If it was just Merlin and Arthur going through the motions of all of the things, obviously the wizard duel between Merlin and Madame Mim would still be very fantastic and very, very groundbreaking for the time in which this was animated. But all the stuff that Archimedes does, just like throwing subtle little jabs at Merlin the whole time, just kind of being like over it all half the time, having to like rush out of his little house as the stuff shrinks into the bag and like his like big head pops out of this ever increasing smaller hole. And I mean, there's just so many little moments in that movie that I just really, really appreciate. So I am going to go on a deep dive, and I'll grab 2 more mainstream ones for my other 2. But I really, really enjoy what Archimedes adds to the Sword in the Stone.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I'm going to be pretty mainstream with mine, depending on kind of where you go with your other 2. But I'm going to start off with one of my early memories of a Disney film, and I'm going to go with Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. Now, a lot of people are going to say Flounder and Scuttle are much better characters in this movie, but Sebastian is kind of, as I've grown up, I realize the terror that he has of following a teenager around. His from just being kind of like King Triton's little henchman to, you know, actually trying to guide Ariel and, You know, he gets his own musical piece, and it just a lot of good things. And then the whole kitchen scene is awesome. There's just a lot of places where he plays. Again, he's kind of like that breath of fresh air from the main storyline, but is a very integral character in that movie. So no, great, and every iteration of him, from the little play that they did, the live action like stage show that they did, to the live action movie that they did, has been really, really good. So my number 3 is going to be Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. So Peter, where are you going with your number 2?
Again, this is such, I mean, it seemed like when you first read it that this was going to be a very, this is a very, very difficult topic, because how do you pick your top 3 in some of these? Man. Okay. I'm in between like 6, because I want to talk about all of them, but I'm like trying to rank them in my head and say, but that one I like more than that one, and that one I like more than that one. Okay, I'm gonna go with Pascal.
Okay.
I love Pascal. I think Pascal is just a wonderful sidekick. Pascal is, of course, the chameleon in Tangled, Rapunzel's little sidekick. From the very, very beginning, we see Rapunzel in this sheltered life, and really Pascal is her only friend. From the very, very beginning of it, I really love, like, he camouflaged himself in the vase, like turned his face yellow, and his body, the rest of the flower petals, kind of like a light pinkish color. She sneaks up, gets him, and like all the color drains, and he goes, "Aw!" And then like the whole thing where he's like being firm with her about like bringing it up to mom, well, not mom, but Mother Gothel.
Yeah.
And just all of the whole scene of him like wanting her to escape and wanting her to get her freedom and wanting her to like live her life. And then they get out, and Pascal continues. One of my favorite Pascal moments is they're coming up the bridge into Corona for the first time, and Maximus, who could also be on this list, by the way.
Yes.
Maximus and Flynn have agreed to this little truce for the day, but then they just start like hitting and punching and kicking each other, and then Pascal on the back of Rapunzel's shoulder goes like they both, it's just very, like this whole like, I'm watching you, you better settle down. So I really enjoyed Pascal. Is a really, really great character. They do such remarkable emoting of it in a relatively short amount of time. So really, really like Pascal as a character. So I'm going to go with Pascal for my number 2, and then I'm going to continue to scour through the other 4 in my mind and decide on my number 1 before you come back.
Hopefully I take one here.
Please.
Because my number 2 is going to be Doug the dog.
Dang it, that's not... There's so many good ones.
Doug is from Up, and just another one of those fantastic characters that just... I had a buddy that I bowled with that was like the epitome of a human Doug the dog. And
compliment or not.
But no, so Doug has an experimental device where you can actually hear his voice, and his voice is exactly what you would think a dog would sound like in your head. And he gets excited for squirrels, and I mean just excited for everything, and he's the loyal companion, and he just a great character, lovable character, funny. It's a great meet and greet at the parks if you get a chance to do it, as part of the Wilderness Explorers part. Yeah, it just a lot of fun. So my number 2 is Doug from Up. So Peter, it's your number 1, but before you get to your number 1, can you tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me. There's a website scrolling The
Yeah.
PA, that thing. That's there. There's a form on there you can fill out, or you can just find me over on Facebook, send me a message, and we'll start talking back and forth about everything that you want to do. I have over the last week, I've started to talk to more and more people about 2024 plans, and I'd love to talk to you as well about what you want to do and where you want to go. Just to clarify, because I have had some people think this, I know this show mostly focuses on world. However, I am perfectly able and capable of talking you through a cruise, an adventure by Disney, going to Alani, going to Hilton Head or Vero Beach, going. I don't think I said a cruise. Maybe I did say a cruise.
Yeah,
Disneyland,
Paris,
all of the parks worldwide.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll if I don't know it, I'll figure it out, and I'll be the one to sit on hold while the French people take an hour and a half to book a simple single family vacation, because there is nobody in a hurry in France, as Matt attested to when he actually went.
No, they are in a hurry until they sit down for tea, and then they're not in a
Maybe
hurry.
I caught them during tea time then.
Yeah. So, no. Okay, so what is your number one?
I don't know. I want to talk about like 12 more.
There's like three obvious answers right now.
Yeah, I thought that too. I was thinking about Sebastian. You did get me with Sebastian, but I wasn't even thinking about Doug. But Doug is, and you could just as easily be like Kevin from that movie.
Yeah.
Like Kevin was a cool character in that movie. And that's the other thing with all these, like picking one over the other. Animal sidekick, numero uno. I'm in between two, so forgive me at the end of this if I take some bonus shots. But I'm going to go with my favorite lovable character is Sven from Frozen.
I wasn't even thinking about Sven, and we watched it last night.
I'm going Sven. Like, he is the perfect blend of like this lovable goof just throughout multiple scenes. The snow is falling and he's trying to lick the snowflakes, and then you've got the carrot with Olaf, and he continues to try and eat Olaf's nose. But then when it matters, he is loyal and brave and courageous and willing to charge into any danger for those that he loves and that he cares about. And he is just like the perfect animal sidekick. I mean, Philippe in Beauty and the Beast bucks the cart off and leaves Maurice to die. To the wolf, right? But Sven just, he's gonna save Anna and Kristoff from those wolves. It is. I really love Sven. I think he is just a wonderful. I'm thinking of the very end of the first movie when Kristoff and Olaf are all dressed up, and maybe it's the beginning of the second movie, but Sven like struts out because he's like wearing a little collar with a medallion, and just kind of struts out all.
It's at the end of the first. That part's great.
Right. Right. So, just wonderful, wonderful character. I think they did a fantastic job, and obviously Jonathan Groff personifying him just makes his character even more lovable and more amazing because as Jonathan Groff is doing that, like, the animators put the emotions on Sven's face to be like, that is what I'm thinking. That is exactly what I'm saying to you right now. So, fantastic. Love Sven. And obviously a very, very popular Disney movie just makes it even better with so many honorable mentions that we'll see what Matt says. And then,
I'm going to go, man. Okay. Before I get to my number one, if you've got a top three for this one, which I'm sure you do, and there's a lot of characters we're not going to mention, put it down in the comments. Let us know over on the website, patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com. It's scrolling at the bottom right now. Or just let us know, because there's so many good ones. And if you've got an idea for a top three, go over to the website and click in that little text box and let us know your ideas for a top three. We've been using user ideas for a lot of them, and it's a lot of fun to get some input from what our users want to hear us debate about. So for my number one, God, There's a lot of good
I
ones.
know.
I've got to go with one that my kids love, and I'm gonna cheat on this one a little because it's a combination, but it's Hey Hey and Pua. But I'm gonna go with
I was
Hey
about
Hey.
to say, hey.
Yeah,
He was one of the three I was toiling between.
Hey
I
Hey is
love
awesome
Hey Hey.
for a lot of reasons. I mean, my main reason that I love Hey Hey is because it's Steve the Pirate. It's Alan Tudyk, who does a ton of voices. He does Valentino in The New Wish. But he's absolutely fantastic. And Hey Hey is just kind of the squirrel that keeps finding the nut. He ends up being the right thing at the right time almost all the time. He's a pen, he's a decoy, he's everything that he needs to. I mean, he's comic relief when Maui can't use his hook correctly. So yeah, it's just a lot of different things.
He's walking off the boat. And then he puts him in the compartment. He just keeps walking.
Walking back and forth. Doink, doink,
My
doink.
favorite little Easter egg about Hey Hey, if you haven't noticed, in the very beginning in the village, the elder is sitting there going, I'm curious about the chicken eating the rock. Maybe we shouldn't just cook him. And then later he tries to bite Maui, who is played by The Rock.
Yeah.
So he technically tries to eat two rocks.
Why do you have balloons behind you?
I have no idea. That just happened. I noticed that too. I was like, what in the world? I saw them go behind me. He technically tries to eat two rocks.
I don't know.
Oh!
I don't know what about two rocks.
Two rocks.
Nope, it doesn't work the third time.
He technically tries to eat two rocks.
Nope. We're done. The magic is worn off. But no. Yeah, so hey, but like you were saying, honorable mentions. My wife's gonna kill me because I didn't mention Jacques and Gus.
I know, Jock and Gus were. Oh my gosh, Gus is so funny.
Diavold from Maleficent is a great animal sidekick if you want to go on the villain / anti-villain side.
Mushu, Abu.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like, I just wanted to talk about all of them, and I mean, even Tuk from Raya. Tuk is such a good little character.
Yeah. Great animal sidekicks in Disney movies. Yeah, so if you've got a better top 3 than us, put it down in the comments. Let us know. If you don't have a better top 3, like I keep saying, just put a smiley face or something just for engagement, because it helps out the show. So it's another great top 3. Hey, thanks for checking us out today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for some more Disney content, check this out. I think you're going to like it.